am going to share with you today the two projects that I'm contributing to the homemade YouTube hop from the designers of Country Craft Creations. And so this hop will be August 27th and 28th. And everything that you'll see from not only myself and all the other designers and Tammy Merrill will be handmade, homemade. Everything will have a holiday theme, whether that be, what's the next one coming up? Halloween, Thanksgiving, and fall, which is kind of my preference today, and Christmas. Everything is going to be fantastic. Everything, it's going to be super, super fun. Again, everything's a holiday theme. There's going to be a lot of fun. There's going to be some giveaways. And so what will happen if you're not familiar with a hop? So if you are jumping into the hop with my video, let's just say, I will do my tutorial. And once you finish it, you down in the description box below will be the YouTube links to all the other designers. So you'll start with mine, and then maybe you'll jump to, I don't know, Brenda Crouch or Kim Randalls or Jackie Randolph. So it'll be a super, super lot of fun. There are details on the Scrapbookers of Country Craft Creations Facebook page. It's already posted out there. So if you need any additional information, you can go out there and you can see all the details. So let's jump in. So I mentioned today I am going to do a fall theme, a Thanksgiving and a fall theme. I am using the Photo Play paper collection called Gnome for the Holidays Thanksgiving. I am a huge Thanksgiving fan. It is my favorite meal of the year. Fall is my favorite time of the year. It's not that I don't like Christmas. I love Christmas too, but this is kind of my thing. I love sweater weather. I just love it all. So I couldn't decide on one project, so we're going to do two. And they're super easy. You've probably seen these out there on YouTube or, somewhere out there on blogs and things. So we'll start with the super cute little mini coffee cup holder. This little coffee cup is about 2.5 inches. Oh, let me see. I want to say, yeah, it's about 2.5 inches tall. And it's an actual coffee cup. I don't know who, I cannot drink only this much coffee. You see, I have my big honking cup right here. But so you can actually put hot liquids in here. You could put coffee, you could put tea. And I got these on Amazon. I'll see if I can put the link in the description. Basically, you can just search on mini coffee cups. So they come in, at least what I purchased, came in with 50 cups and 50 lids. And you can see it has a little hole. You can actually drink out of it, but I covered it up with paper. So my plan is to put chocolate-covered espresso beans in here. You could put jelly beans in here. You could put M&Ms or Skittles. Oh, wouldn't that be cute? Fall-colored M&Ms. I'm sure they're going to come out with those. So anyway, or little chocolates, those little mini chocolate bars. That would be super cute. So it has this really easy-to-make holder. You don't need any fancy tools to do any of this. You just need some basic supplies. Obviously some cardstock and some pattern paper. You don't have to have any fancy stamps. You need a scoreboard, a paper cutter, some scissors, some glue. Most crafters have those basic supplies. So what I will give you in the description, I will put the step-by-step written instructions and the cutting guide, and I will also supply a template that you can use to trace your pattern paper to wrap the cup in. So you can see I just wrapped, I don't know if you could tell from there, my lighting is kind of crazy. Yeah, you can see where it overlaps right there. And you just glue it on and you're good to go. So what it also has is a belly band up here for a gift card. I just happen to have a Starbucks gift card here. And it doesn't have to be Starbucks, but it's a coffee theme. So, I mean, it could be Caribou Coffee. It could be Dunkin' Donuts. It could be, I don't know, where do people get coffee? I don't know. I'm a Starbucks girl. So you put the gift card in here. I just happen to have this little stamp in my stash. I think this is actually pumpkin spice latte stamp, but I just made it work. I stamped it, die cut it out, and colored it with my markers. You can use colored pencils. You can just use colored paper, whatever you want to do. You don't even need to use this. And then I have this coffee themed stamp collection that happened to have coffee beans as the stamp. So I thought that was super cute. And then you just set this, oh, you also need a 2-inch paper punch. If you don't have a paper punch, you can find something in your house that's 2 inches in diameter. Trace it, cut it out before you put it all together. So anyway, so then you put the little coffee cup in there, and then it becomes a super cute little gift idea. Yeah, and you just cover it with pattern paper. I did it on the front and the back. But my plan for this is to make this for Thanksgiving dinner. My plan is to make one of these for everybody's place setting at the table. I'm not sure how many people we're going to have this year, but anyway. So what I plan to do, instead of having, I actually might leave the coffee cup on here, or whatever. I'm not sure what I'll decorate it with, what kind of die or what kind of little charm or something. But I actually plan on putting a tag with the person's name. So if it's my seat at the table, it'll have a tag. It'll say Anne Marie. And then maybe on the back, maybe I'll write like a little note like, thanks for coming, happy Thanksgiving, something like that. You know, something, I don't know. And then Michael will have one for his, and then my sisters and, you know, nieces and nephews and whoever's going to be here. So I just think that's super cute. And then they could take it with them. I think it's adorable. These make fantastic teacher gifts, right? So we're coming up at the end of August or mid-August. Kids are going back to school. God, I hope they're safe. But anyway, so that's a conversation for a different time. But anyway, so what a great way for kids to thank their teachers, or, you know, for Christmas gifts, a super cute little Starbucks gift card. I just think it's a super cute idea. And if I say super cute one more time, I'm going to smack myself. Anyway, so we're going to make that. But then we're also going to make, look at this little guy. Oh, this cracks me up. So I am a huge fan of gnomes. I don't know if, I think I have a video on my YouTube channel where I showed that I made some actual gnomes. I gave them all away. I can't believe I didn't keep one for myself, but I made some gnomes out of like socks and rice and stuff. Anyway, so I'm a huge fan of them. So when I saw this paper collection, I had to have it. I mean, and it's just so funny that Tammy ended up sending this to me for my design team package. So I don't know, what did I see? I saw somewhere on one of the pages, it was probably one of the cut-aparts, where it said something about Gnome Turkey, and this popped in my head right away. So you guys may have seen this, where people make this little turkey, and they put, let me do it this way. Those Google eyes kill me. You see the turkey like this, and then they put it on their table or whatever. So that's where this idea came from, and I thought, how cute to put a gnome. So this gnome is actually one of the stickers. You can see I took it off of the sticker sheet, and I put it on, I glued it down to a piece of cardstock to give it a little more substance. It's kind of hard to see. You can kind of see there, I put it on white cardstock. And then I made 3 paper rosettes, which I'll walk you through how to make those, and then we'll just attach it, and then it sits on this base. You don't necessarily, well, I think you have to have some sort of a base. I just used a 3-inch, oops, let me take that off. I just used a 3-inch scallop die that I had in my stash. Don't have to have this. You could put it on a square base. You can make it even more fancier if you want to. But so that's what I'm going to do. That's the project that I'm going to show you today. It's super easy. I was also thinking too, this could be, if you moved this back a little further on the base, I could put a tag here and make this a place setting as well at the Thanksgiving table. So I don't know, maybe everybody will get 2. I don't know, we'll see. So anyway, so then you just attach the little gnome with the little, you don't really necessarily need to add that. You can just glue the gnome right to this first rosette. I just thought it gave it a little more dimension and made it super cute. So, all right, so let's start. Let's start with what you need. You're going to need a 1-inch circle punch. If you have a 3/4 inch, you can use that as well. You'll need to punch out 6 circles. I wouldn't go any bigger than a 1-inch, and I'll show you why in a moment. You will need, I'm going to show you, you'll need 3 total paper rosettes. I made 2 ahead of time just to save time, and I'm going to walk you through how to put together your rosette. So you're going to need 3 pieces of your pattern cardstock. If you wanted to use solid fall color cardstock, you could do that as well. That's the beauty of this. You can do whatever you want to do, right? So you'll need, for the smallest rosette, you'll need a piece of pattern paper that is 1 1/4 inches by 12 inches. Then rosette number 2 is 1 1/2 inches by 12 inches. And then number 3 is 1 3/4 inches by 12 inches. So you have those 3 pieces of paper. And then you're going to want it to put it in your scoreboard on the long side, obviously. Look how pretty that is. That's just so pretty. I love plaid. You're going to want to use a stylus. Some people like to score with a bone folder. I don't know. I love this bone folder. I've been using it for years, but I choose not to use that. I think this is actually a stylus for shaping flowers. I think just a lot of people have this set of 3. I use the medium-sized one or the middle-sized one. I use this in my scoreboard because this one right here, I hate this. I hate the feel of that in my hand. But anyway, so whatever you choose to score with. So you put your paper on the long side. You're going to score it every 1/4 inch. Okay, so 1/4, 1/2, 3/4, 1, 1 1/4, 1 1/2, 1 3/4, 2, all the way down your page. Your last score, so your first score would be at the 1/4 inch. Your last is at 11 3/4. Some people don't care for. I happen to like it. Some people don't care for the 1/4 inch folds here. Some like the 1/2 inch folds. You could, by all means, you can do that. You would just score it every 1/2 inch instead of a 1/4 inch. So as I said, I went ahead and I created these 2 already. Oh, so these are the front. These have all different Thanksgiving sayings on here. And then that's the back. And then this one has the gorgeous fall leaves and the stripes. It's hard to decide what you want to do, people. It's good luck deciding because I went back and forth. Anyway, so this is probably my favorite page in the paper, and then there's the back. So you have that done, and at this point, if you want to, it's totally your decision. But if you want to ink your edges, I would do it now. It's just much easier. You can actually ink it before you score it. It doesn't matter, but as long as you ink it before you form the rosette, because that's not really easy. Ask me how I know. It's not very easy. Anyway, so this is the way I do rosettes. I don't know that there's a right way or a wrong way. Let me also say, if you're fortunate enough to have, I'm not sure if it's a Tim Holtz die or if it's by Spellbinders or Sizzix, whoever, they actually sell the dies where you can put it through a die cut machine and it scores it for you. I don't know. I don't see the need to buy that, but anyway. So you're going to hold this in your hand, and you want to start your first score line. You want to bend it down. Okay, so see, it's bending down, and then bring it forward, down, bring it back, down, back, down, back. You get the idea. So, but what I try to do is like every 10 or so, I just make sure everything's nice and straight. So it's because it's really easy to get off track, and then you end up with this big crooked thing. So I will go just about halfway and just make sure, give it a good squeeze. I hope you can see this. Give it a good squeeze as you go along. And then when you're about halfway down, I like to turn this around because that kind of hurts my hands. I don't know why, but I prefer to go like this. So then I like bring it towards me and then away towards me. I feel like I have better control and that I can keep it from going rogue. You know what I mean? Like I could keep everything straight and flat. But everybody has their own way of doing it. You do what makes you happy, because I'm never going to know. So, as you see, oh, see, I almost got off track there. So then, just keep doing that, and then you get to the last one, give it a good squeeze, and you can see all my little mountain valley folds. Okay? So then I like to, at the end, bring it all together. Oops. Bring it all together. And give it a good squish. Ugh. See? Okay, and then the next step, you can use hot glue for this step, but I'm not a big fan of burning myself, and I always do. So I'm using my art glitter glue. This bottle has been well loved, refilled, I can't tell you how many times. But, so I just take some of my art glitter glue. You can use Scor tape here or any kind of double-sided sticky tape that you might like. I just think because Scor tape dries, art glitter glue dries so quickly. You know, by the time I would get the Scor tape out and cut it and, you know, do what I have to do, the art glitter glue is dry. So, basically, you just glue those two ends together. And I just use these little tiny not paper clips, what are these? Clothespins. And just let that hold that there for a second so it dries. And then what I need to do, so at this point you can go ahead and cut out your, if you haven't cut out your little not squares, your 1-inch circles, you can do that. And this is probably dry. Yep. Okay, so then what you want to do, if you have directional paper, because I will show you that the first one I made, can you tell my words? Oh, come on, focus. Focus, buddy, focus. My words are upside down. I made it backwards, so I had to make another one. So you can set your rosette like that on your tabletop. Sorry, I am like all over the place. So set your rosette on your tabletop, and you just kind of like gather it, make it a cone, and squish it down. See? Look how pretty that is. Oh, I love it. Okay, so I neglected to tell you, I am so sorry. You should probably get your hot glue gun warmed up. I do use hot glue for this. So basically I just put a little puddle, just a little bit. Doesn't take much. Put a little puddle on my, I'm using a craft mat. You know, one of these you can ink on and all that crap. Sorry, I just said crap. I didn't mean that. You can ink on it and then wipe it clean. It's a godsend. So I just try to center, oops, that's not centered. Center your rosette around that little puddle of glue, and then just push it down. And your point here is you want to, and of course I missed it, you want to get that little puddle of glue going to hold your rosette in place. So just give it a minute. You don't need to use a lot, because if you use too much glue, it's going to ooze through that hole and it's going to burn you, and you're going to cry, and then I'm going to cry because you cried. So just give that a second. It will catch. Maybe I didn't use enough, so we'll put a little bit more down in there. Okay. This is where patience is required, because when I don't want the hot glue to dry quickly, it dries super quickly. When I'm waiting for it to dry, it just takes forever. So I'm going to also go ahead and put a little dollop right there in the middle of the rosette. Take one of your circles, your punched circles. Ow, hot. And then I just go ahead and use my stylus. Try to center it on there best you can. And just hold that down for a minute. Sorry. Hold that down. Let it dry. That is gorgeous. Oh, I love it. Okay, so you see it didn't pop back up. So I think it's going to be good to go. Let me see. And then I peel this off the back of the craft mat. Add some glue to the center. Basically, at this point, you don't necessarily have to put this on here, but I think it just cleans it up a little. And then you put your other punch circle right over that. Give it a minute to dry or cool down. And then what I do is just bring my ink, try to like just get rid of those the core of the paper. So how pretty is that? So this is what it's going to look like. That's going to be the biggest. That's going to be the next size, and this is going to be the smallest. Okay, and then what I decided is I took this super cute little little girl. Is she a she-gnome? I don't know what they're called, but that's what we'll call her. I thought she would be super cute on this one. So I think we'll make this one Michael, and this one will be me. So this will be his place. This will be at my spot. Like, you guys know who he is anyway. Anyway, so she will go right here. Let me see. She will go right there. I'll try to center her as best I can. Or you can, there are a million templates of this turkey out there on the internet. You can put your little turkey there. So how cute is he? He's just so cute. You can trace him onto any color paper you want. Yeah, you can. I've seen people did them in reds and blues, and oh, it's just gorgeous. So anyway, we're gonna go with the girl gnome. So as I mentioned, you're gonna want to cut yourself. If you're fortunate enough to have a 3-inch circle punch, the biggest one I have is a 2-inch. Then you're lucky. But like I said, I just found I think this is a 3-inch. Yeah, the inside circle, if you see there, is 3 inches. All totaled, it's about 3.5. Or if you have a 3-inch scallop punch, that works beautifully too. Like I said, or you can just cut a 3x3 square, or whatever kind of shape you want. If you want to use a lighter weight chipboard for your base, but this is just a piece of Michael's, what is it, 65-pound cardstock, and the color just happened to match, so I went with it. So that's my base. And then what you do at this point, we're going to want to glue together, let's find the end, glue together our rosettes. So you can use glue dots here. It's not crazy humid here, but it does get pretty humid during this time of the year. And I feel like glue dots just let loose. So I like to use glue. I'm going to use hot glue for this. You could use your art glitter glue, however you want to do it. So basically, keep track of where those two pieces, the two ends that you glue together, I like to put that at the bottom of the rosette so that everything kind of hides that. You know what I mean? So we're going to put that piece like that, and then this right here, that piece right there is the bottom of mine. So basically, you want to stand it up on your surface like that so that everything's straight. And then I just put a little bit of hot glue. That's probably more than I needed. So stand it up, make sure it's centered, and with hot glue you get a couple seconds of wiggle room. And then you see it stands up by itself. So I'm just going to hold that for a minute to where it's not going to move. Isn't that just pretty? Oh, I just love fall. Love it, love it, love it. All right, and then let's do that one more time. there's my bottom. Let's center him as best we can. Okay. And as you see, it stands up beautifully. Okay. The next is we're going to actually attach it to our, the only thing I hate worse than fussy cutting is glue strings. Who's with me on that one? So I have to decide if I want to place this further back on my base, or do I want to center it? I think I'm going to center this one again. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to take some glue. If you can see that, I'm just going to try to eyeball the center. Give it some glue. And then come back in here, and it's going to, you know, anytime you put anything wet on paper, it's going to warp for a minute, but it'll be fine. And then just kind of hold that. I don't even know if that's centered. Is that centered? Yeah, I think it's okay. It's close enough. It's handmade. Nobody expects perfection when it's handmade except me, you know. So, yeah. So far that's what we have. How cute. So let's let that just sit there and cool off for a minute. So then let's talk about, you can eat, like I said, you can either use your turkey or I'm going to use my gnome. So I just glued her down just to be safe. I took the, you know, this is a sticker off of the sticker sheet. I added some art glitter glue and just glued her to a piece of the cardstock. I don't know that you necessarily have to do that, but I just worry that, you know, it gives a little more stability, a little more strength. So at this point, you can either just glue her right there, you know, make sure her feet are, well, actually you can't because of her hair. But anyway, you make her as straight as you can. But what I'm going to do to give her a little dimension, I'm going to use, oops, where'd it go? I have a piece of the brown cardstock here. You can use whatever color you want. I just use the brown because I cut out the circles in brown. This piece is 2.5 inches. Oops, you can't see that. It's 2.5 inches long by 1/2 inch wide. And what I did was put a score mark at every 1/2 inch. So I scored it 1/2, 1 inch, 1.5, and 2. And then I just folded it so it does something like that. So you see that? Okay, and then what I'm going to do on the back of her, I'm going to actually use art glitter glue for this so I don't burn myself. Put some glitter glue on here on both of these little flappy doos. Then I'm going to figure out, oh, it needs to move up. Figure out, depending on the size of your sticker or whatever you're using, your turkey, whatever. So basically I'm just giving them a little bit of a base. See that? Okay, you can't see it from the front. You obviously are going to see it from the side. And then what we're going to do is basically glue that little base right to that 1 inch circle punch. And I am going to use hot glue for this one. Well, I don't think I need to. I'm going to use my art glitter glue. Sorry, if there's one thing that I'm all about, one thing that I do best is change my mind. Okay, so you just want to get her or him on there as straight as you can. And I'm just holding that down with my finger so the glue dries. How cute is that? Oh my goodness. Yeah, I have to come up with a name for her. I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you think we should name her. Because she is too cute. So look, so we have Mr. Gnome Turkey and Mrs. Gnome Turkey. How adorable, right? I just think, I don't know, I think that's so cute. And then like I said, I might actually take a toothpick. I just had this idea. I might take a toothpick and glue it back behind one of these circles. I'm not sure which one. I'm sorry, one of these rosettes, and do a flag with the person's name on it. That would be really, really cute. So yeah, so that's project number one. I hope you like it. It's super easy to do, and you can kick out a bunch of these in a couple of hours. So, or you can knock out a bunch of these in a couple of hours. So yeah, I hope you like that. I think it's adorable, and I will have a bunch of pictures for you so that you can get a view from each angle. But I love it. I love it. Can you tell I'm so happy to be back in my craft room? I just, I had to take some time off for surgery, and I am back. Okay, so I think at this point we can turn off our glue gun. My Lord, he's going to burn my house down. So, all right, so next we're going to make this mini coffee cup holder, treat holder, or coffee cup coffee cup Thanksgiving place setting. I don't know. We'll come up with something. So, yeah, so let's just jump into that one. All right, we'll leave it right here so you can see it. Can you see it? Anyway, so what you need, the supplies that you'll need for this, I think, obviously your paper trimmer, your scoreboard, a 2-inch circle punch. I'm going to put these ones away. You can also, instead of a plain circle, you can use a 2-inch, you see my camera? A 2-inch, what is that? Scallop circle. You will want, obviously you'll want one of these little paper cups, okay, with a lid. And then the cardstock you will need is one piece of cardstock, any color you want. If you're doing a Christmas theme, you can do it in red and green, gold, whatever. If you're doing Halloween, you could do purple, green, black. Possibilities are endless. So anyway, so you'll need one piece of 2.5 by 11 inches of cardstock. And I will show you the Scor measurements in a minute. You'll need this template, and it will be in the description below. You can print it off and use it. If you don't have a paper printer, which not everybody has a printer, you can actually take one of these cups. This is what I did. Take one of these cups, cut it down, wherever, it's hard to see, but cut it where it's glued together, and you just cut off this top piece and lay it down flat and trace that. And then that will give you this, and then you will have it forever. So that's how I did it. Okay, so then what you'll need is, so what I did was take this, look at that green check. Isn't that adorable? So I took that template, put it on my piece of pattern paper, traced it, and cut it out. Okay. Then you'll also want a piece of cardstock that is 2 3/8 by 3 5/8. Let me write that on there for you. I thought I did that already. 2 3/8 by 3 5/8. Okay. Then you'll want for the belly band this piece. You'll also want a smaller piece of your same color cardstock or whatever color you want. This is 5/8 of an inch by 2 3/8 of an inch. Then you're going to want another piece of cardstock this is for the belly band. You don't need to use this if you just want to use some ribbon. What I'm going to do is use some green seam binding that I have in my stash. You could use regular green ribbon. You can use some jute. You can use twine. Whatever you want. Or you don't have to do it at all. It's your prerogative. So anyway, this is 3/4 of an inch by 6.5 inches. And then for your pattern paper, just decorate it up a little bit. From this paper collection, I used, look at the apples and the apple slices. I love this. Screams fall to me. And then you're going to also want another little piece. And then this piece of pattern paper will mat right on top of the cardstock. So you have a nice little border. And then this piece is 1/2 of an inch by 2 1/4. And that's going to layer on top of that piece. Okay? And again, all this will be in the cutting guide, so you don't have to try to scribble it down. All right? And let's see, is that all I needed? I think that was all I needed. If you wanted to, what I'm going to do, stamp this with coffee beans, which is, I think, is hysterical. Obviously, you can skip this step if you're going to put candy or whatever you want in it. Or if you're going to do jelly beans and you have a jelly bean stamp, that's adorable too. So this is just this little, pardon me, this little stamp I have that's a little cluster of 3 coffee beans. I'm going to use that and I will show you how I did that. Oops. There we go. Okay, let me get this all out of the way. So let's start off with, in your scoreboard, I'm so glad you all can't see like 6 inches, sorry, that way, because it's horrendous. There's piles of paper everywhere. All right, so you take your 2.5 inch, sorry, by 11 inch piece of paper, put it in your scoreboard with the 11 inch side, the long side on the right. Using your stylus or your bone folder, we are going to score at 4.5 inches. Then 7 inches, then 7 3/4, all right, and then 10 1/4 is your last score mark. All right, let's bring all this back. Okay, so, and then what I like to do, before you fold and burnish, I'm going to suggest that you come to your, what was this, your 7 3/4 inch score mark and just make a fold right there. Okay? So what we're going to do is figure out what the center is of this square. So you have, well, let's just go ahead and fold. So we're going to fold this. Let's fold and score. It'll make it easier for you to see. That's the first score mark. Then we're going to fold up this way. And again, you just want to make sure you line up your edges because sometimes your score marks can get a little wonky. Oops, see, like I almost made it wonky. And then this one's going to come in this way. And then the way this is going to do, this is going to come around like this and form your base. Okay, but we need to put the 2 inch hole punch right here. So the way I figured that out, is a couple ways you can do it. You can take your ruler and make a line from that score mark to that corner, the corner of that score mark, I'm sorry. Just make a line and then go from that corner to that corner. I am the world's worst. I draw a crooked line with a straight edge. I'm famous for that. So as you can see, now we found the center of that little square right there. So at this point you take your paper punch and basically I'm just eyeballing it. So let's see. So there's no right way or wrong way. I suppose there is a wrong way if you do it wrong, but basically you just get it as straight as you can, or as centered as you can. That doesn't look very centered on my screen. Okay, let's just go for it. Oh, and one thing I forgot to do, I should have stamped it first, but that's okay. So now you have an extra 2-inch hole punch, or 2-inch circle if you need it, for whatever you might need it for. All right, so then I'm going to, my eraser seems to have disappeared. Hello, where are you? You know what? It's buried under all this mess over here, I'm sure. Dang it. So, let's see if I have enough eraser on this pencil. Okay. Alright, so then what I'm going to do is, you can use vintage photo ink or whatever, but I'm going to use, just because it's cute, ground espresso distress oxide to stamp my little coffee beans. Again, I should have done this step before I cut out the circle because it looks a little more random. But it is what it is at this point, which I absolutely hate that phrase, but so just go along. Not trying to be fancy, I'm not trying to be careful, just made it really, really random. Okay, now let me grab a baby wipe. Actually, I'll just flip this over. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and put together our base. So again, you can use Scor tape. I wouldn't use like a ATG gun or like a tape runner type of thing. You want to use a good adhesive that's going to hold. Okay. And just form that up like that. Line up your edges. And voila. And there you have your base. Okay, and then as you can see, your coffee cup will fit right inside there. I wish I had a camera angle from the front of me, but I don't. Okay, so next, we will save the coffee cup part for last. So next, let's take our piece of solid color cardstock that's 2 3/8 by 3 5/8. Actually, let's do it this way. You can, if you want to ink your edges. I decided not to ink my edges on this one. I like this pattern so much. So I'm going to go ahead and just glue this on. On this part, since it's not going to get handled, if you know what I mean. You don't have to use wet glue. You can use a tape runner or an ATG gun here. It's just a habit for me to use my art glitter glue. Then let's just center that on your cardstock. Set that aside, let that dry. And then let's take your other piece of pattern paper that's 1/2 by 2 1/4. And again, let's adhere that down to, come on. This piece, your small little piece, that's 5/8 by 2 3/8. Make sure if you have pattern, directional paper, make sure everything's going the right way. Okay. Yeah, that's it for that. And then let's just take some wet glue. Again, you can adhere this to the base with tape runner because it's not going to get jostled around. So I like to lay it down and then center it so that you get a nice even border around all sides. And then close enough for government work. So there's that. See how it's coming together? And then take this piece that you just created. I'm going to put that on the front. Oh, what's cute here, it just occurred to me, instead of doing a separate tag, you can actually, if you want to do this as a place setting, you can put the person's name right here. That's a good idea. Or if you want to give it to a teacher, you can put the teacher's name right here. Oh, good idea. Yeah. So, yep. So on this one, you could write, I don't know, teacher. I can't think. Oh, Kim Reynolds. She's a teacher. Yeah. So yeah. So how cute is that? And then you can also cut another piece. Oh, nuts, which I did not do. Another piece of cardstock, I would cut it at 4 3/8, or not cardstock, pattern paper, 4 3/8 by 2 3/8. Let's do that. Sorry, I meant to have that ready. Which, so I said 2 3/8. Ow. By, yes, I literally, this is all the space I have left to craft in, by 4 3/8. And the reason I like to put a piece on the back here is it's somewhat stable, but this little piece like this, 3/4 of an inch, doesn't have anything behind it, and that just helps give it more stability, plus it looks cuter. So let's go ahead and glue that onto the back. I hope you guys are enjoying this homemade YouTube hop so far. There's some really great projects. I can't wait to make Kim Randall's project and Jennifer Palmer's and Bonnie's, and oh yeah, and let's all officially welcome Bonnie to the to Country Craft Creations as a design team member. Even though she's been actively involved for a few years now, it's finally official. So welcome, Bonnie, the happy Canadian, as I like to call her. So yeah, so there we have so far. That's what you should have. If you want to put some paper on the bottom here, you can. You don't need to. You could also put pattern paper your heart out if you want. I just didn't see the need to, but now I'm looking at it, I'm thinking that would be really cute. But so that's where we are so far. And then, so now we are going to go ahead and do our cup. Actually, let's do our belly band first. Sorry about that. So again, you don't have to do the belly band. This is purely optional. I'm going to go ahead and do it. I'm going to just kind of eyeball it, and you don't have to score or anything like that. You can just eyeball it and glue it down. So wrap it around, put some glue, on the opposite tab, and then just give that a minute to hold, or hold that a minute to stick. Literally, it was like 8 seconds. And there's your belly band. Oops. Let's see. Oh, I just happen to have, what is this? Oh no, this is pink. Let's get some red. I thought I had some red twine on my desk. Let me grab some red twine. Okay, some red and white twine. Not measuring, I'm just grabbing a little bit. Okay, so then I'm going to actually set this down. Save myself a little length over here to tie a bow. Let me think. I might just put a dollop of glue back here. Put that in there, just to help hold that in place so it doesn't ooze all over. Okay, and then just kind of wrap haphazardly, no rhyme or reason. See, I try to be messy and that just doesn't work. Okay. And then, oops, I'm going to set that down. I'm going to tie a knot. Get back on there. Tie a knot first. If you are going to use a charm, oh, how cute would it be if you had like a little apple charm or something? I'm not going to put a charm on this one just because I don't have one handy, but go ahead and make your bow. Oh, in addition to the world's worst fussy cutter, I am the world's worst bow tire. Actually, I want that a little more loopy. Okay. Just cut off a little excess there. Put a little dot. Fortunately, the glue dries clear. Okay. How cute! Is that not the cutest thing? I just think it's adorable. Okay, so I put my pin in my glue. More dry than I get mad. All right, so at this point you want to take your coffee cup and remove your lid. Okay, and then what I do is knock everything over. And oh, look at that side. Unfortunately, it doesn't match. Oh, how cute. That's the back side of this green check paper. How cute would that be around the cup? Oh, love it, love it, love it. All right, I'm going to take some glue. And then I like to start where the seam of the cup is. Just hold that there for a second or two. Now you can, again, you can ink the edges. I just chose not to do that on this one. All right, and then I'm going to put some glue on that end, or that edge, and then just wrap it around the cup. Make sure it's tight. Oh, see, oh, what did I do? I didn't make sure it was all the way around. Uh-oh. There we go. I'm going to have to cut some off. Okay. Right. And then you have your cute little cup. Okay, and then that will go in there. Oh. What happened here? Oh, okay. Apparently I can't do it correctly. All right. How cute so far, right? Okay, and then what you'll need is a 2-inch. Actually, that's the problem. All right, so don't do as I do. No, what did I do? I think I must have, my angle isn't correct. So I'm just going to go ahead, put a little glue in there, and then flatten that. We'll give this one to my sister. Anyway. Okay. There we go. That should be better. Oop. Of course, it's always when the camera's rolling that stupid stuff happens, right? All right. Don't tell anybody. Nobody will ever see that. Nobody. All right, so next let's get our 2-inch paper punch, and you can decide what pattern paper you want to put on there, or you don't necessarily have to. You can just get your I forgot to mention, you may want a 1.5 inch. I believe that's the size. Yes, I did a 2-inch and a 1.5 inch piece of pattern paper, so I think I'm going to go. I'm going to do this in the 2-inch. So let's just cut ourselves. Let's keep it on camera, Anne-Marie. Okay. Okay, I'm going to do that with the 2-inch, and then we'll just set that up there for now. And then the 1.5 inch, I am going to, man, I am a miser today with this paper. Just go ahead and cut myself. You kidding me? There we go. We'll put that on the top there. So I'm going to do, again, oh, look how cute that's going to be. The next one is going to be the sunflowers. Oh, happy accidents. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just put this around the edge. Put some glue around the edge. And there's no way I'm going to match that pattern up, but let's see what I can do. Oh, close enough. So I'm just going to glue that down. Oops, it's off a little bit. So that 2-inch right there is perfect. The 2-inch circle. All right, so my next is my 1.5-inch circle. And then just want to center that as best you can. Again, being mindful of your directional paper. So that fits in there. Oh, how cute is that? Look at that. That is adorable. And then you can personalize it however you want to. So we have that one. We have this one. See how cute? Let's just take that and put that in this one. That's just adorable. Now I'm kind of wishing I had, oh, I do have some green and white twine. I should have put some green and white on that one. So I'm going to go ahead and then put my little sister's name down on here. And oh, how cute. Love those. So those are a mini coffee cup gift card holder slash treat holder. Gift card slash treat holder that I keep knocking over. Oh my Lord. Okay. It really is stable. It's just me that's not. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay. And then we also have Mr. and Mrs. Gnome Turkey. I just think they're absolutely adorable. I hope you guys like them as well. I hope you'll give them a try. And, oops, see, my glue came undone. That's why I'm not a fan of hot glue. Oh, I'm going to have to heat that up. I hope you'll give all these a try. They're absolutely adorable. Again, they're super cute. Maybe once we do end up going back into our office to work. I've been working remotely since early March, which I'm not complaining about. But when we do, hopefully it'll be around Thanksgiving time and I can take these and decorate my office with these. Cute, again, fantastic co-worker gifts for Christmas. I do have some co-workers that I exchange gifts with, so these would be cute, and we are definitely, my big boss, she and I do coffee every afternoon, so this would be cute for her, and teacher gifts, and your friends, and so I hope you all have a blast making these. So if you have any questions, as always, a lot of you do reach out, if you have any questions, and I love that. I love that you feel that you can come to all of the designers. We're so happy to help. And again, the little turkey. Let's put him in here too because he deserves to be seen. So again, so these two projects were my contribution to the homemade YouTube hop from the designers of Country Craft Creations. Hope you had a blast like we did, and I can't wait to see all the projects that everybody makes. I hope you all post your projects on the Scrapbookers of Country Craft Creations design team page. Or no, the Scrapbookers of Country Craft Creations Facebook page. That's where you're going to post them. So everybody have a nice rest of your weekend. Enjoy your summer. Christmas is just around the corner. Can't wait for 2020 to be over, just like the rest of the world. So, yeah, thanks for spending some time with me today. I know I was a little rambly, but that's kind of how I am. So anyway, take care, everybody, and hope to talk to you all soon. Thanks. Bye.